For decades upon decades, most people have assumed that those who work, including those who have relatively high salaries like doctors and lawyers, are going to have to work until the age of 65 before they can retire. Well, about 10 years ago, a new movement started to challenge this conventional wisdom. So in today's video, let's talk about the FIRE movement. Welcome back to my channel. I am Greg Jackson, self-proclaimed attorney extraordinaire, a co-host on the weekly radio talk show program Let's Talk About It, and a general in the Let's Talk Nation. As always, the purpose of this channel is to educate, entertain, and empower viewers by providing insight on legal and non-legal topics that will help viewers to navigate to the best life possible. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the FIRE movement and help you to determine if it's something that's right for you. But before we get into today's video, if you'll hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment, I'll be certain to leave you a comment in turn. The FIRE movement, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, is for those individuals wishing to retire before the age of 50 and in some instances before the age of 40. Now, with the goal being of retiring sometimes with less than 20 years into your professional career, those individuals who are a part of the FIRE movement or wanted to be a part of the FIRE movement understand that there are a number of lifestyle changes that have to be made. Generally, what this means is that you have to maximize your income while minimizing your spending. And for those individuals who are part of the FIRE movement, that sometimes means that they're saving anywhere between 50 and 75% of their income. For some individuals, this is possible, but for other individuals, this just isn't feasible to be able to save that amount of money and to cut your expenses in that way. Because of that, I'm going to give you here today in this video 3 pros and 3 cons to the FIRE movement. With the pros for the FIRE movement, the first thing is obvious. You get a chance to retire early, and by retiring early, you can get on with doing some lifelong dreams such as traveling, writing a book, and in some instances, starting a small business or some type of business to keep up or to build a passive income stream. The second pro of the FIRE movement is for those individuals who do not retire completely, because it's not necessary that you leave the workforce altogether. And what those individuals can do, as I indicated earlier, is that they can start a small business in order to continue to be a part of the workforce and continue to build some form of income while they are in their early retirement phase. The third pro of the FIRE movement is that it helps to promote a frugal and anti-materialist lifestyle. It's also known to help to provide a financial responsible mindset and to lead to what others have been calling a lifestyle inflation. Meaning that once you get rid of all of the materialistic things, once you put aside wanting the big car, the big house, and all of the fancy things in life, you can just enjoy life as a minimalist. Now, let's talk about 3 of the cons to the FIRE movement. One of the biggest criticisms is that it's just not realistic for the average worker. How do you tell an individual who's making $35,000 to $50,000 per year that they can achieve financial independence within 10 to 15 years if all they do is spend less and save more? Realistically, in order to achieve financial independence in that time period, you would have to be making more so in the range of $100,000 plus per year. The second con is that the FIRE movement does not take into full account unexpected life changes. For instance, health. What happens if you get sick and you can't afford to have health insurance? Housing issues, and also the other unexpected financial things that happen, such as cost and inflation. Many times those who participate in the FIRE movement say, well, if things get hard, I can just return back to work. But if you've been retired for decades and you try to return back into this competitive workforce, it's more likely than not that you will not be able to find a job. So this is one of the other cons associated with the FIRE movement. Number one, that it does not take into account the unexpected life changes. And if you have to return to work, you may not be able to do so in order to refill the coffers of the monies that you've spent. The last con that we will discuss in this video regarding the FIRE movement is that even among the wealthier individuals who participate in this movement, it requires a great deal of sacrifice. And even for those individuals who have young children when they start the FIRE movement, as those children get older and begin to look for colleges and things of that nature to go to, they become financial dependents. And if there's not enough money saved or tucked away by the individuals participating in the FIRE movement, this could be one of those financial, unexpected surprises that takes place that requires someone to come out of the FIRE movement. So these are the three cons that we look at and that are associated with the FIRE movement. There's no denying that the FIRE movement has inspired a number of individuals to work very hard and very diligently to retire early. And there's also no denying that the FIRE movement, if used by other individuals who don't want to be a part of the movement, can benefit from aggressive savings and not spending as much on materialistic items. But at the end of the day, in order to determine if you want to be a full-fledged member of the FIRE community, you have to look at the three pros and cons that have been presented here today and determine if it's right for you. Listen, I want to thank you as always for tuning into my videos. And if you enjoyed these videos, if you can hit the like and subscribe button, I would be very much appreciative. If you can also ask your friends to join you and to listen to the videos, that would be awesome as well. But until next time, you've been listening to me, none other than Greg Jackson, self-proclaimed attorney extraordinaire, a co-host on the weekly radio talk show program, Let's Talk About It, and the general in the Let's Talk Nation. Until next time, be good.